We have covered transaction source, we have covered transaction types, and the last thing is customers. When you create your AP invoice, as you know that you require a vendor and vendor side. Similarly, for AR also you need to have a customer and customer side. So we will try to create a customer, create or maintain customers. So it will open you a web page. Click on create. So for customer, give a customer name, and number will be automatically generated by the system. So do you remember where did we set the checkbox of automatic customer numbering and automatic site numbering?
System options.
Yeah, you're right. It's a system options. So customer name is a mandatory. So enter that customer name. And here you can see consolidation of invoice. I think this is an extra DFF. If I'm not wrong, somebody has enabled this, but otherwise this is not a standard field. And somebody has made it as a mandatory. So I'll pick up something. Okay, and customer address. So remember, we meaning Reliance Textiles is selling something to a customer, and in this particular case, customer is ABC customer, and assume that he is located somewhere in say Hyderabad or Gujarat or whatever it is. So we need to put some address there. Address line. Just say Gandhinagar, some street, Lal Bagh Street. Just say Ahmedabad, some city, county, Gujarat. I don't know the postcode. I'll pick up something. Okay. So by default, you can see operating units of Reliance Cotton Extraction because we are using accounts receivable super user Reliance Cotton Extraction responsibility. And by default, whenever you create a customer, you need to have two things. Okay, bill to customer and ship to customer. That is bill to site and ship to site. So when I say bill to site, the location or the address where you want to send the bill or the invoice copy, and ship to is the location where you want to ship the goods. So there are very many practical scenarios wherein we are what do you call shipping goods to the customer. Okay, customer says that okay, do a billing to my head office, okay, which is located in say New Delhi, but ship the goods to my my branch office somewhere in say Gujarat. So in those cases, your bill to and ship to will be different. So bill to is the where you want where the customer is asking us to send that bill, that is your invoice copy, and ship to is the address where customer is asking us to send the goods. So from a system perspective, ship to is optional, bill to is definitely mandatory because obviously we need to know where we need to send our bill or invoice copy. If you do not enter anything under ship to, system assumes that your bill to is nothing but your ship to. That is your you're shipping the goods as well as you're sending your invoice copy to the same bill to location. So even when you use your EB tax module and in a couple of other screens, like if there is no ship to mentioned in the invoice, then system assumes that your bill to is not bill to and ship to are one and the same. Okay. So for this particular customer address, we are saying that yeah.
So in this screen, we have created a party, account, and account site and site purpose. All the four simultaneously. Is that correct?
We have created the customer account. So when you create your customer account, automatically party will be created. Okay, because we are not using a trading community architecture responsibility. We are using our AR module. So from AR module, when I try to create a customer account, automatically a party will be created. Okay, and in the same screen, I'm entering the account site address, okay, and also account site. And for the account site, yes, I am actually mentioning it as a bill to site. So after you save this, again you can go back to the same screen, and then we need to make, even we can make this particular address as the bill to, or we can create one more, sir, we can make the same address as the ship to, or we can create one more address for the ship to. Okay, so but there should be at least one primary bill to address. So I'm checking this. Click on
Uh,
save and add details.
let, let me understand, Arvind, like, so in the trading community responsibility, you will be creating, you will not have any operating unit specific. So you are going to create a party, and then you are going to create an account and account site. Is that correct?
No, no. What I'm trying to say is, like, in the trading community architecture, you will be starting directly from the party level. Okay, party, customer account, and customer side. But in the AR module, you cannot directly create a kind of a party. You are directly starting from the customer level. So when you try to create a customer, automatically party will be created.
Okay.
Okay, so now in this particular screen, you can see in the same screen I created a customer address, and you were able to see there, like, account site address, and then the bill to purpose also. So now you can see here, I'll again requery this particular address, sorry, this customer. You will be able to see everything. ABC customer. Okay, so forget about this customer, this Ellicott City. This customer is actually created by me during my previous training session. Okay, so this is our customer. Okay, my cursor is for okay, ABC customer. Okay, this is the customer account. Okay, click on the details. Okay, you can see there is already one site which is created here. Click on details. Okay, here you can see business purpose. You can see one bill to. So in a single screen, we were able to create your customer account, customer site, and the corresponding customer site purpose, whether it's a bill to or ship to. Does this answer your question, Narinder?
Uh, can you repeat, please, Prashant, Arvind?
Okay,
Sorry.
so what I'll do is I'll create one more customer. Okay, then you can understand. Cancel. The following required field does not have a value. First, pre-prof info. Okay, looks like again this is some DFF which is created by somebody and made it mandatory. So Rohit, just for your understanding, DFF is refers to descriptive flexi field and additional fields. So there is some setup. Through the setup you can create an additional fields. So if you want to store some additional information other than the existing fields provided by Oracle, you can create your descriptive flexi fields. So it will provide you an additional fields. You can store the required additional information. Okay. Okay, I am going to this customer create maintain customer. I am under AR responsibility. Okay.
Okay.
Now click on customer. Sorry, click on create. Okay, I am creating the customer. So I am going to create another customer by name. Say this is what Reliance Textiles, right? Okay, maybe I'll say Raymond's is the customer. Okay, Raymond's Suitings. Okay, is a customer. I'm creating a customer header. Okay, and this is the mandatory. And account site address. Okay, directly address for the site India. And some address. Sorry, street. Can you say Dilshok Nagar something? Hyderabad, Telangana. Okay, operating unit. Okay,
Yeah.
set purpose. Okay, so in a single screen, I am creating the customer account, site, and site build to purpose. Okay, Now click on save and add details if you want to add any details. Okay, you can come back to this particular screen. Okay, see, you can see address is also created. You can click on details. You can see go to business purpose. Here you can see bill to address. Okay,
So your account have a same address as the account site address at
yes,
this point of time.
yes. In this case, if you want,
Yep.
you can come back to this particular screen, and again you can change. You can make the changes whatever you want.
Okay. Okay.
And what we'll
Okay.
use, we'll also add another business purpose. We'll add another business purpose of say ship to. Okay. Ship to, for which ship to is for this bill to. So select that bill to and click on apply. Okay. So now we have two customers, Reliance Shootings, which has got both bill to and ship to addresses, and ABC customer, which has got only bill to address. Now we can start using these customers and create the transactions. Okay.
Okay.
And also there is something called collector here. Okay, for each of the customer we generally associate a collector. So by default I think this is coming from the some profile option or somewhere, but we can create your own collector. So collector is nothing but a person who is in charge of collecting money from that particular customer. So especially in a big organizations, what you do is for all the major customers you ensure that one particular collector is assigned, so that it is the responsibility of that particular collector to do collections from that particular customer. And again, if you use your advanced collections module, there are a couple of other options, which are couple of other functionalities which are available for this particular collector. So collectors can run some reports to find out the outstanding balance of all customers to whom he is assigned as the collector. So there is some other screen wherein you can define the collector and come back to this particular screen and assign the particular person as the collector. Okay, I'll also show you that there is a collections, not that one, setup collections collectors. So let us assume if I am set up as a collector. So my name is Varaganti Arvind, and what is the, I mean, this is just a free text. So you can call it as even say RV. Okay. And what is the employee name? This is the employee name which is coming from my employee HRMS record. Okay. So
Okay.
RV. Okay. Now I'll go back to that particular screen and I should be able to select RV as the collector.
Okay.
Okay. So now I am in charge of this particular customer. So okay, again there's a value must be entered for customer prof info, some DFF value. Okay, so you need to ensure that your record needs to be, so I think in your case like Narendra or Niranjan or Pradeep, maybe even if you want to during a testing, if you want to assign yourself as a collector, first you need to go to your HRMS screen and create your record as an employee, and then come back to this particular screen and then enter or create yourself as a collector. Okay, so this is just in this case RV is my short name. I mean, I can even very well put Varaganti Arvind as here. I mean, it's just up to us. So it's just associating the collector name to the corresponding employee record. This is a drop down, so this is a free text, and whatever you enter here, this will be coming in the drop down of the collector screen in the customer definition.
Uh,
Any questions here?
no, Arvind. On the customer screen only, can you throw some light on the credit check hold and how it works on the
Yeah,
credit hold?
I'll explain you. Okay, let me just try to pull up this what is that, sorry, what is our customer payments, right?
Payment.
Okay. This is the customer header. Okay, customer account.
Customer header, customer account. What exactly that is, Arvind?
I mean, like, so if I understand this correctly, it's basically uh, as soon as
Is
you
that not
create,
a party?
well, this is, I think it's a party. Even I always get even confused at this stage. I think this is a party. Under that particular party, you are right. I mean, this is a party. I mean, it's not customer header. Sorry, it's a party, and under party, it's a customer account.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Going back to the account details and going back to your question on the credit check. Yeah. Okay. So there is something called credit check. Okay. And there is something called credit hold, and there is something, there will be one more field called credit limit. Credit limit. Where is that thing? Credit limit. Is it under? Yeah. Okay. There is something called credit limit. Okay. All these four fields: credit limit, value must be entered for comments. Enter this.
What?
Say,
For all the currencies.
All the currencies. Huh?
again, this comments field is actually what you call extra. I think some extra field. I don't see this particular comments field being mandatory in our system. See, in our system, we just have only currency. So somebody has made it as mandatory. Okay, going back to this account profile. Okay. So once you check this particular checkbox of credit check, so this has got a significance from the order management. Okay, how it works. So first you check the checkbox of credit check and go to the profile amounts. And for this particular currency of say Canadian USD, or maybe we can even add our INR currency in this example. So take an example of say INR. Credit limit. Say there are different permutations and combinations, so we'll not get into each and every field, but I'm trying to explain you at a high level. Okay, 100,000 rupees. So what I did is I enable the credit checkbox. Okay, and then enter the credit limit of 100,000 rupees. So this is a fresh customer wherein I have enabled the credit checkbox and I have entered the credit limit of say 100,000 rupees. So I go to the order management module. I create a sales order for this particular customer for say 20,000 rupees. Okay, I'm good. So I created a sales order. It is within the credit limit of 100,000, so no issues. Okay, and the sales order is still in a booked stage. It's not yet shipped, or that's one scenario. Okay, and while that particular sales order is created, I've created one more sales order for say 50,000 rupees. This is booked. Okay, and this is shipped, and then this is converted into AR invoice. No issues as of now. Still, my credit limit is 70,000. I mean, I have orders as well as the AR outstanding invoices for 70,000. No issues because my credit limit is 1,000. Now, I will try to create a sales order for say 65,000. Okay. Now, if I add up all these three, it will be 135,000. My credit limit is only 100,000. So, so when you try to create a sales order for 65,000, and when you try to book that particular sales order, when you click, there is something called a book order. As soon as you enter the sales order, there is a button called book order. When you click on book order, there is a workflow which triggers in the background, and it is going to check this particular credit limit. So what system does is it is going to check my sales order, outstanding sales orders, outstanding AR invoice amount, and it will try to include the new order whatever we are creating. If all these three are exceeding your credit limit, then it will not allow that particular sales order to be booked. It is going to go into sales order credit check hold. So that is the significance of the credit check. So first thing is you need to ensure that credit checkbox is checked for the particular customer, so that system will perform this particular credit check process only for those customers wherein the credit checkbox is checked. Okay, check the checkbox, enter the credit limit, okay, and then try to enter your sales order. When you try to enter your sales order and try to book the sales order, that's where it is going to cross check all these things and it is going to put the sales order on hold. Had it been a sales order with say 25,000, it should be good because it is 95,000, which is still less than the 100,000. So system will allow that particular sales order to be booked and proceeded further. Okay, and so take an example of this 65,000. Okay, so in this example, system will create this particular sales order on hold. Okay, it will not allow this particular sales order to be processed further. There should be no issues with this particular sales order. Okay, you can proceed that particular sales order up to AR. Okay, and if you try to create one more sales order in this current situation, again you try to create one more sales order for say 25,000. Again for this particular sales order also is the same story. When you try to book the sales order, it goes into the credit check hold. It will not allow you. And also there is a program which runs in the background which is called credit check processor. That's an order management program. That is generally in our current client we have scheduled that particular program to run after every 1 hour. Because after every 1 hour it is going to cross check what exactly the status. Because now in this scenario, this is on credit check hold. Okay, credit check hold. Okay, because if you add up these things, it is 135,000, but our credit limit is 100,000. Okay, now let us assume now this 50,000 invoice is paid by the customer. Okay, now so outstanding on this particular invoice is 0. Okay, now the credit check program, as I said, it's running after every 1 hour. Now credit check program is going to the program which is running in the next hour, it is going to check what is my outstanding amount. It is only 85,000. Okay, then it will automatically release the hold on this particular sales order so that you can proceed further. Okay, if it is another situation like wherein customer is not paid 50,000. Okay, and this is a situation wherein there is a credit hold is already placed on this particular sales order when you are booking. The credit check processor at this stage it will also put the customer on credit check hold. There is a one more checkbox if you remember. Where was that account? Yeah, it will also put this particular credit hold. So it is going to put directly at the customer level on credit hold, so that you will not be even able to proceed further with the creation of the sales order. So that's the high level overview of the credit check process. This is totally driven from the sales order module.
Can't it be done within AR, like a AR transactions level, Arvind? Is there any way that can be done without using the OM?
I never tried. I think it should work. Always, whatever I've tried is from the order management. Whatever I've worked, all those clients were directly using the order management, and we're getting the orders from the sales order. But it may or may not work. I've never tried that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
One more thing, Arvind.
Mm-hmm.
In order to increase the limit of that credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
This again goes to initiate process of increasing the limit in the order management, because I remember there is a extended to this credit check functionality. There is a credit Oracle credit management application module itself.
Okay, so yeah, I know there is a separate module by Oracle Credit Management. So there could be some additional functionalities. So I'm not getting into those details. As far as increasing of the limit is concerned, you can very well come to this particular screen. Now in this scenario, what I said, in this scenario, now it is 135,000 is the total outstanding amount, including the sales orders and AR invoice, and my credit limit is 100,000. So system has put this particular sales order on hold. Okay, you realize that no, you need to definitely proceed further with this sales order. What you can do is, if you got a proper approvals, you can go back to this customer screen, increase this limit from 100,000 to say 200,000. So what will happen is, if you increase the amount from 100,000 to 200,000, you are increasing from 100,000 to 200,000 here. And then as I said, credit check processor is the program which is running in the background. It is running after every 1 hour, or you can run it on ad hoc basis. So once you run that particular program, it should automatically remove the hold, because in this case now it is 135,000, and my credit limit is 200,000. Now we are good because it is within the credit limit. And also there is something called credit check reports are also available. Credit exposure report, that's a standard report provided by Oracle. Again, this is order management report. You can even run from the AR module also. So when you run your credit exposure report, that is going to show you what is my available credit limit. So in this case, my available credit limit is 65,000. 200,000 minus 1,35,000 is my available credit limit. So that will give you an idea for this order management team to that will give an idea wherein they know like I should be able to create sales order to the extent of another 65,000 in this example. Does this answer your question, Niranjan?
Yeah. Because basically I have a little bit exposure on that credit management. What it is basically doing, it starts communicating to the original customer between us and the customer. And once if we request of a credit limit to increase, that credit management module will take care of updating this credit limit instead of manually user will go and update this
Got
to
it. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
200.
So what you are
That's
saying
the
is, yeah.
functionality of it.
Yeah. So what you are saying is, for updating of the credit limit, again you are using some credit management, and there maybe I think you are taking some approvals, and based on the approvals, as soon as it is approved, there is an API which runs in the background which updates this particular credit limit. Am I right?
Exactly, both in the customer level and also I think you can tag it. I mean, that module talks about even to the OEM, as you mentioned.
Okay.
The credit check processor and exposure also will be taken considered.
Okay. So I'll explain you in our current client. In our current client, we are not using credit management module. So there is a offline approval process, like over an emails, the concerned collections manager will get an approval from the senior director saying that so and so customer, I am increasing the credit limit from 100,000 to 200,000. So you get an approval over an email and goes to this particular screen and updates that from 100,000 to 200,000. And from an audit perspective, whenever there is an update to this particular credit limits, we have got an alert built in our system. Whenever somebody makes some changes to the credit limit, the alert will trigger an email to all the concerned stakeholder, and the alert will contain the details of the customer name, customer number, existing customer limit, and new customer limit, or like the updated customer limit.
Yeah, it's exactly the same functionality which that module is doing, but
Okay.
it is everything through automated. It is via through a workflow. Okay,
Okay.
it has connections to direct AR module. It has connections to OEM, and at the same time, in terms of approval, it is even extended to AMB as well
Oh,
to
okay.
get
Okay.
the necessary approval.
Okay. Okay.